A sort of omens tells me that you're watching Southern Comic Geek. Thundercats. Ho!
What is going on, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with another giveaway. That's right, another giveaway. It is time to give away that ASM 252, and decided to go ahead and do it today because otherwise it was going to be like next week, and wanted to go ahead and try to get it out to somebody in time for the holidays. Also wanted to do a kind of unboxing video, if you will, before the Saturday morning cartoon crew at 1 p.m. Central Time. So this time slot and slash deal served multiple purpose, and it's okay if you're not here, because you don't have to be here in order to win this, because you should have already done what you needed to do in order to get in to win this ASM 252, first appearance of the black suit. That's right. That's right. So, if we're going to have some people get in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show these books that I got to unbox. And then at the end, what is going on? Discovery Bay. Awkward sip of coffee. That's right. So I'm going to show off these books. And if other folks filter in, they will get to see me spin the wheel. So it was kind of a light week in the sense of the number of books. It would have been heavier had I done my pull list like I should and all that other kind of good stuff. But by the time I got to the comic shop, some of the annuals were gone. So it was very heavy DC annual week this week as related to the Bat family. And so that is where we spent a lot of money. We got Robin annual number 2021. So I guess they're going back to numbering them via the year as opposed to the way they do it most of the time. So there's several stories in here, none of which were just like, man, that is an awesome story, but just kind of some backstories as filling in with the Robin series. Josh Williamson doing that, and I like what he's doing there. Damian Wayne is not really my favorite Robin, so anything that can make him more dear makes it more bearable to read him. All right, we got Gotham City Villains Anniversary Giant. So there were several short stories in here, one even by Danny DeVito. That's right, the actor turned Penguin back in the day, wrote a story, a love story of all things, with Penguin and Catwoman. This is the awesome Lee Bermejo cover. There were several other ones that I've been thinking about getting that I probably will end up going back and getting because I'm a glutton for punishment at this $10 price point. Phil Ailing, what is going on? But the Lee Bermejo was the one that I chose first. You got Talia al Ghul, you got Poison Ivy, Mad Hatter, Red Hood, Scarecrow, Ra's al Ghul, and Penguin, all of which have stories in here. What is going on, Perry Comics? Yep. So, Mark, to answer your question, I'm giving away the last month's giveaway for the ASM 252. Decided to kind of combine the videos with some of my comic book pickups to allow people to get in because I had set up the stream a little bit late. Also, this is a precursor to the Saturday morning cartoon crew, which will be here at 1 p.m. Central Time. So right after basically this show is over, we'll be doing the auction here on the channel. All right. I got Darkhawk number 4. This is kind of an interesting deal. Chris Powell, I'm not even sure where Chris Powell is. I mean, last time I seen him, he was still Darkhawk. Well, issue number 1, this guy finds the amulet. He thinks he's Darkhawk, but his powers are a little bit different. If you're familiar with the Darkhawk mythos, what's going on? Another channel member, Scott Sidwell Comics. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing better, my friend. And so this is the, I think, Darkhawk 30 year. Oh boy, that makes me feel old considering I picked Darkhawk 1 off of the newsstand, folks. The newsstand. But this is him meeting Captain America and, of course, Miles Morales. He has MS, so there's that other kind of different deal to his personal side of things. But if you're familiar with the Darkhawk mythos, you know that there's more than one Darkhawk. So Scarecrow's Comic Asylum. Hello, hello. Scarecrow will be joining us today on the Saturday Morning Cartoon Crew at 1 p.m. Central Time. All right. Now, I had elected to drop the Mighty Morphin because I kept Power Rangers. And now they're doing this crossover deal. Of course, I like me some connecting covers. So now they done reeled me back in, at least for a little while. What Boom might end up making me do is dropping both titles, but we shall see. I have enjoyed this title more, but I'm not sure about this blue cat Power Ranger yet. But, you know, maybe something different is good in that sense. We got Mark from Legion of Comics' favorite title, Firepower. So definitely there's a lot of action in every issue of Firepower. The question, though, comes, could that action been condensed and been better than to drag it out? I think that sometimes it is yes, including this issue right here. They're running from the serpent, the people that have been bitten by the serpents, and now the dragon comes out. The dragon they thought did not exist does indeed exist, and that is an issue, obviously. The Bounty Hunters, number 18. So this series is kind of fallen off for me. The Lee Bermejo covers, the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 issues were really just killing it. I'm not sure about it as of now. Of course, Valance has been captured by Darth Vader, and is because Darth Vader's blackmailing him, basically putting him in the service to go against Crimson Dawn, which is going to be the new crossover event for Marvel as it relates to Star Wars. And then we got The Me You Love After the Dark. The only thing that I hated about this is I missed the issue 4 somewhere or another. So somehow or another, I didn't pick up issue 4. And so it picks up the guy is dead. The guy that was coming at the end of issue 3 shows up at the end of issue 3. He's dead, issue 4. And I go, I think I missed something here. The ending was quite interesting. I don't know. Might have been something better for trade, but Scotty Young writing that. All right. We got Darth Vader, number 18. Greg Pak is writing this. This is definitely one of the more solid titles, in my opinion. A lot of flashback scenes, just kind of giving you an image of Darth Vader, but his thoughts as it relates to all the happenings, and it flashes back to when he was Anakin and that kind of stuff, to what would have maybe went on in his head and thinking through while he was doing what he was did. Batman the Detective, number 6, comes to an end. And as you know, there is a bazillion Batman titles out there in today's DC mythos. This was definitely one of the more solid ones, with the Kubert art, Tom Taylor on the writing. Very interesting the way it ends. Probably as much as what I expected it to end that way. And I'm sure that there are 5 new Batman titles to replace that one. So have no fear, the Batman is here, including in this Fear State Omega. Fear State was a very lackluster crossover. I don't know that it's as much Batman burnout that as much as it might be Tiny and just kind of mailing it in because he's doing all this other stuff. But there was this is the Omega, so this is the ending, kind of starting into the new way, into the new Williamson title. We'll see where it goes from here. Batman Detective Comics 2021 annual. And as Arkham rises, heroes fall. This is preludes to Shadows of the Bat, which must be a new storyline that Batman is going to be having. There's going to be several of them as he leaves Gotham City and Williamson's run. And I've been picking up the Nightwing title, which is not something I've been doing previously. Tamaki and on the writing, which I did not have a very high expectation for her writing, was actually fairly interesting. Justice League Incarnate #1. This is leading up to the next great crisis. You knew DC was not going to leave things well enough alone. You knew that they were going to make the multiverse again. This is a pretty dope cover. It looks like a Gary Frank cover. Yep, Gary Frank. And he says after Byrne. So if anybody in the chat knows what John Byrne homage that is, let me know, because he says after Byrne. Feel like I should know. It's probably an X-Men one, but maybe not. Then we got Captain Carrot right here, Calvin Ellis, Thomas Wayne, several other folks I'm not as familiar with. So we shall see how that goes. Now, this cover right here I got from Squatchy Comics. He showed it up on his Instagram. He was supposed to do an auction with Comic Fu last Friday. That didn't happen because of scheduling between them and the holidays. So I said, man, just sell me that book. So he did. I got it in, and you really can't appreciate what's going on. Who Dat Comics, my neighbor to the south. Hello, hello. Really can't appreciate this book unless it's in the dark. But if you look at Squatchy Comics' Instagram post, you'll see what I mean. This cover actually glows in the dark. And so the part that you see in the dark are all the ha-ha-has in the background and his lips and around his eyes. And so it's pretty freaky, really dope Joker cover that Squatchy done. Comes with the Squatchy Certificate of Authenticity. Picked up this book, Hulk #1, the Art Adams 1 in 50. This picked this up from Whatnot from the Comic Tom 101. So I got one of the Nate Made It Spider-Man Noir prints. This is print number 40 of 200. And they were selling the designer variants, the Ryan Otley designer variants, as a package with that. So decided to pick that up together. Got this from Jiho, Marvel Tales, Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham #1, first appearance of several of these folks, in particular Peter Porker over here. And with Peter Porker, it was interesting because I remember being sick, and my grandmother, to try to make me feel better, decided to buy me a comic book around the corner store there. And she brought me this book right here. And I said, this ain't even nothing about Spider-Man or Hulk. These are fake. So not only was I an ungrateful child, but obviously I did not have vision for where they might take that into the future. Not that it really would have mattered on the latter, because I ended up getting rid of that collection. So it's not like I had it to be grateful for and sell. Anyway, okie dokie. So then we got Conan #20. That's right. Some Barry Windsor Smith goodness right there. And these are two, because here's issue 19. Here, these are two of the issues that I needed to complete that Barry Windsor Smith run, which I think that ends at 24 or 25. So I wanted to pick up those, found those on the cheap on Whatnot. Speaking of Whatnot, follow me over on Whatnot if you're not already. In the description of this video, there are several links. One of them is my Linktree link. Decided to try to up my game. And got one link for all the things that we do. So one of them is, if you click that Linktree, it'll take you to the YouTube, the Instagram, and the Whatnot, the Patreon, and the Shortbox app, which I have a few things on Shortbox. Yeah, what's going on, Brian Wells? Brian Wells, speaking of Shortbox, does articles on Shortbox. If you haven't checked out that app, go check that out. For uh, they only currently sell graded comics, but if you're in the market for graded comics, I have bought several and sold several through that app. He does articles there. He's also going to be joining us on the Saturday morning cartoon crew at 1 p.m. Central Time, so not too long from now. Picked these up from Shelby Comics, who was selling on the Whatnot app. This is Batman Detective Comics 1000, Jim Lee cover. The Torpedo Comics, it's limited to something or another. Torpedo said 25. I didn't pay 25 for it, but there you go. Then we've got X Factor number 9, David Nakayama. It's more like a color bleed, not a negative variant, but this is one. He's been doing a lot of them. This is, of course, Polaris. And then we got Batman number 100, the Joker grinning. Wonder why he's grinning like that. But yeah, Joker and Punchline and Harley in that. So got those from Shelby Comics, and Shelby threw in a little glittery sticker with his little kitty cat. Peace, love, and comics is what his kitty cat says. And one last package before I show some pops and then we do this giveaway is from Thomas Z. So Thomas Z, awesome supporter of the channel and member of the community. If you're not following Thomas Z, go give him a sub up, give him a follow. He's on Instagram more than he is YouTube. If he's on YouTube, typically it's on somebody else's channel. What is going on, Mojo? Happy Saturday, folks. Thank you. Thank you. So Thomas Z, when he sends you a package, it's usually with some extra little artwork, which is pretty dope. And it actually has a little, look at that, drew the little hand like it's going to, where the thing went. So that was pretty dope. And got some dope comics from him as well. Captain Marvel number 8. Look at that 12-cent goodness right there. 12-cent goodness. Got Doc Afra number 1. This is from the current run of Doc Afra. And Return of the Jedi, Marvel Super Special, Star Wars, number 27. The official comics adaptation of the greatest space fantasy of them all. This is also the first appearance of Jabba the Hutt as he would appear in the movie. Of course, it was a newsstand because basically they all were back then, especially these magazines. And yeah, nice little cover. And you see who done the cover? Bill S. That's right. Bill Sienkiewicz goodness right there. Star Wars goodness. A lot of goodness. A lot of goodness from the Thomas Z. I also picked up a few pops. We've got the Mandalorian with Baby Grogu. Baby Grogu. I had to quickly put these into the protectors in hopes to protect them from my children opening up for Baby Grogu. Boba Fett. This is the skirt Boba Fett, the one that he, the current armor that he wears. So I decided to pick those up. And now let's go to what you've all been waiting for, the giveaway. So let's share my screen and drop that giveaway wheel. Chrome tab, giveaway wheel. All right, all right, all right. I know it's hard to see. There are quite a few names on there. And skirt greater than pants. He might be Scottish or something, you know. Johnny Five Alive, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. If y'all have not done so already, be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, appreciate you joining, and hit that like button and subscribe button. If you're joining on Twitch, hit the applicable sign of appreciation, whatever that is there. So yeah, right. So I just go down through all the names, entering them in a dozen times, because if you're not familiar with the giveaways, we do a giveaway here on the channel every single month. And the way you get into that is via either a super chat and live shows like this. For every $1 super chat that you give, you get 1 entry to win. And if you are a channel member, for every membership, you get 10 entries to win. There are varying levels of memberships over on Patreon. And if you are interested in being a channel member on YouTube, that's easy as well. The links to both are in the description below. So let's shuffle all of these up so everybody's not got a quarter of the wheel monopolized, because you have some people that have both a Patreon and a YouTube channel membership, so they get 20. I don't want all their 20 names into at one spot, so you got to shuffle it up quite a few times. Mojo dropping the $1 super chat. Appreciate that, Mojo. That won't get you on this wheel that we're fixing to spin, but it will get you on for the December giveaway. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and throw Mojo some rain in the right direction. Appreciate that. Also wanted to shout out the channel members, people that are supporting the channel through their monthly membership, either on Patreon, YouTube, or both. And most of these people are creators of their own via Instagram and or YouTube. If you are not familiar with some of the names that you see on this screen here, write them down, go over there and check out their channels, give them a sub up, give them a follow, word of encouragement, all that kind of good stuff, because it doesn't cost you a thing doing it that way. So let's shuffle this up a few more times here. Hopefully everybody's Saturday is going fairly well. Like I said, we will be doing the Saturday morning cartoon crew at 1 p.m. Central Time today. Today will be the last Saturday of the year. Next Saturday, I will be on Rob's Fat Stack of Comics on Slab Hub. And I might not this Monday, but maybe next Monday might be doing an auction too. Otherwise, you can catch me on Whatnot. Again, the link is in the description below, and give you easy access to any of the platforms that I'm on, so that you can just see me even more. All right. Boy, I started showing a giveaway wheel, and YouTube starts throwing more people this way. Appreciate that, YouTube. All right, let's see here. What's going on, Tony Fett? How are you doing? How are you doing? Let's see here. We're going to shuffle this at least one more time. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to spin this wheel. If the person happens to be in the chat, obviously they can answer at that time whether or not they want this ASM 252 or pass it on. If they're not in the chat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin it a second time, because the first person's going to have 48 hours after I reach out and contact them to claim the book. Now, it's only happened once, but I did have somebody not claim within that 48 hours, and it was a omnibus that Panda Awesome ended up winning because he was the second person drawn. But that's the only time that's ever happened. So good luck, everyone, as Legion of Comics says, and let's spin this thing. Yes, that wheel spins awful slow when it has that many people on there. Shattered Glass Comic Reviews, Tyler, Mr. Tootsie, hashtag Sock Puppet Gate. Sock Puppet Gate. What is with that? Yes, Shattered Glass Comic Reviews, a channel member, winner, chicken dinner. So yeah, all nice. So I'm going to remove, I don't think Tyler will, I think Tyler will claim it. I don't think that he won't. But just in case, I'm going to spin it again. I removed all instances of his name, and we will see if who else would win if he doesn't claim it. Starscream 69, another channel member. What does this tell you? You know, it's interesting because although people that do super chats, we do appreciate the super chats. I don't think which I don't know. Starscream does super chats and memberships, but it's just funny to me that all the people are still channel members that win. Bronze Age John, what is going on? How are you? Definitely one of the best age of comics there with bronze and copper. Starscream. But anyway, so there you have it, folks. Tyler. And if Tyler does not claim it, which I'll reach out to him, and if Tyler does not claim it, then certainly it can go to Starscream if he claims it or whatever. So again, thank you for joining today. Be sure to smash that like button, the subscribe button, and bell notification before you get out of here. If you're interested in becoming a channel member and getting on that wheel for this month's giveaway, which technically will be given away in January, then all you have to do is see the links down below. Also down below, yeah, I know. I didn't think, but you just have to give that kind of disclaimer. So if you are interested in joining, then the links are down below, the link tree to all of the platforms that I'm on. Go check them out, sub them up. Doesn't cost you anything. Johnny 5 Alive, again, thank you for joining. But today, 1 p.m. Central Time, come back for some books. Normally we have a good affordable mix of books for you to get, whether for you or for somebody else for this Christmas season. Then you can certainly do that. Come back for that. We're also going to be having some bigger books, some early Boba Fett Star Wars. Just saying. I know what some of the sellers are bringing today, bringing the heat. I also have a first Sam the Nova. I'll think of his last name in a minute. But I also got one of those up for sale today. If anybody is going to be interested in that, come check us out right here on the channel. That's for the show. Appreciate all you do. Looking forward to next month's. I'm our winner sooner or later. Yay. Appreciate you, Mark. Mark, of course, has a fantastic growing channel, always going live. I don't know how he gets in all the time on the YouTubes like he does, but he does. And if you're not familiar with him, go check him out for sure. And folks, thank you for joining us today. Join us again at 1 p.m. Central Time today. Till next time, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.